I found out my girlfriend lied about cheating on me, but we're leaving on vacation tomorrow. My girlfriend went out to celebrate her birthday with her best friend back in May. She was supposed to return to my place, but she sent me a message that the plans had changed and she would stay the night at her best friend's apartment to catch up with each other. I was okay with it and went to sleep. 3 days later, I found out that she didn't stay there, but slept at a male friend's apartment. I found out by accident because of a notification on her phone from him. I then found out that they had unprotected at his place. At this point I was ready to break up with her, but she managed to convince me that it wasn't consensual. She drank a lot of alcohol that night, so it could have been possible that she was too drunk to give consent. We went to a care center for victims harassment. We gathered evidence against the guy but didn't have enough because all the tests were done too late to find anything significant. We went for multiple sessions to a psychologist whose expertise was helping victims of assault/harassment and their close ones. I went through so much to make her feel safe again and to protect her, only to find out that she lied about it. I found out by going through her phone. It's something I really hate about myself. I care a lot about privacy and it felt horrible doing it, but I just felt like I had to. All the time during these last few months I felt like it was really hard to trust her again, and eventually I tried, I still needed a lot of confirmation to trust her again. Last 10 days were bad for us. She became more distant and didn't do the little things she used to do, like posting me on her socials. I tried talking to her but she said I was overreacting. This night, I waited till she fell asleep so I could go through her phone. I found out she started messaging him again. She wanted her earrings back that she had left there last time, in May. The text started last Sunday up until Friday. She asked him in the middle of the night if she could come over to get them, also asking if she could sleep over. Last Friday, 2 days ago, we had a long conversation about our relationship. She wanted to end things initially to have some time to work on herself, but the talk was very good and we decided to try it again as we leave on vacation this coming Tuesday. Now I found out that after our talk, she went straight to his place to get her earrings back. She didn't stay there, looking at the time frame of her messages, but still, it feels horrible for me. The last 3 months, I had to help her through panic attacks, I had to go to therapy with her, I suffered a lot myself, and now I found out that she is not afraid of him at all, that she would have liked to stay over at his place earlier in the week, and that the whole story about no consent given was completely made up. We leave on vacation Tuesday. She hasn't paid me back yet. I'm a student and I can't afford to lose out on that money. If I confront her today, I lose that money. If I don't confront her, I have to pretend like everything is okay. If I confront her on vacation, we will be forced to be with each other. I'm a bit clueless at this point, and also still in shock, which stops me from thinking straight. Even with all this, I want her to be okay. Comment. Up. What choice did you have except to go through her phone? She lied to you, and not in a small way but in a way that could have led to the other guy facing serious legal trouble because she was caught cheating and decided to lie about it. Up. You have to get away from her as soon as possible. Someone who can do something like this is dangerous. Dude. The lie she told against the other guy goes a long way to show that she's a horrible and manipulative person. Please don't be a doormat. You need to break up with her immediately before she accuses you of rape. Get a Ring cameras/CCTV for your apartment. Stay away from her before she reigns your life. Record all your conversations with her. This is clean. Never let someone know what you know or what your thoughts are when you need to break off the relationship. She doesn't need to know that you went through her phone. In fact, she doesn't need to know how you know what you know. Break it off so that she has no ammunition for revenge. Who knows what she'll do if she finds some way to think you've done her an injustice. Do not tell her anything other than you've thought it through and you're going your own way without her. Don't be angry, be indifferent. You are breaking up to improve your life. You don't owe her anything. You don't owe her a detailed explanation of what you know or how you know. She don't care about you and will only use information to manipulate you. Take care of you. Cancel vacation if money is an issue. Use the money you would have spent on incidentals, food, taxis, condoms, to cover your sunk costs. That is horrible. Do you want to go on vacation with someone you can't trust? I wouldn't want to. You go and uninvite her. Take a chance to clear your head and start to heal. Sounds like she is playing you. Some people are like that. Got to leave them in the rear view. She is not trustworthy. Relationships are built on trust. I am sorry you put that much energy into someone that is not worth it. Thank goodness you found out. I try to stay away from women with a lot of therapy issues and things that have been diagnosed. I used to be really trusting, but they tend to justify bad behavior with such things, and I have yet to see the 10+ women I have dated like this have anything from a doc that says they have the issues they say they do. Food for thought: believe one half of what you see and none of what you hear. Trust but verify everything. People lie. Next story 2. I have a crush on my friend and sweet mate and don't know what to do about it. We meet when we were randomly placed together last year. My entire suite of 4 people clicked instantly and over the course of the year bonded really well. I have historically struggled to make friends and these people are some of the best I've had. We plan to live together off campus next year. I clicked particularly well with one of the 4, however. We have a lot of shared interests and experiences and I feel like I can be my full self around her. Even before the crush developed, I would come away from hours-long conversations with her about shows/music we both like, just vibrating with excitement and warmth about having someone who gets me like that and who I can talk to without masking myself at all. I love being around her. I love her humor and her taste and how she thinks about and appreciates me. I love all of it. Towards the end of last semester I noticed what I was pretty sure were romantic feelings for her, but I don't have crushes very often and I haven't dated, so I didn't know what to do with it and decided to try and let it die out over the summer. It didn't do that, it got worse. I've had dreams about holding her hand and kissing her and I wake up from them all flustered. Now that we're back in school, the middle schooly bits have died down a little bit, but the crush is definitely still there, and a not insignificant part of me really wants to tell her. I'm fully capable of moving on if she shuts me down. I'm just absolutely terrified of losing her as a friend or throwing our friendship off in general. It is also slightly complicated by her having a crush on another girl at our school. It isn't anything more than that, but I don't want to it get in the way. I have no bad feelings towards the other girl. I've only met her once, but she seems cool and all, but every time my friend talks about her, which really isn't that often, I feel a twinge of jealousy that I really don't like. I feel like I have no right to be jealous when I've said nothing about my attraction and my friend has no commitment to me in that regard. I've talked to other friends about it and they've all told me to have the conversation with her, and that from what I've said about her she won't treat me differently afterwards if she isn't interested. I mostly believe that, but I'm just so scared of it all going wrong. Especially since we want to live together next year too. I've never done this before. I don't even know how to phrase that conversation if I decide to have it. I need help. Comment. Living in fear is like not living at all. You could be missing out on the best thing that could ever happen to you. Fear of losing her is paralyzing you. If you don't, you'll regret it forever. If she's a true friend, as good as you say, you won't lose her. If you do, she wasn't that good of a friend to begin with. Go for it. Live. See what could be. Ask her if she's ever seen you as anything more than friends. And tell her you have. The longer you think about it and strive to find that perfect phrasing, you are giving yourself an excuse to delay it. It's always going to be tough. It's scary and nerve-wracking, no matter how you do it or say it. You've got this. Next story 3. I lost the woman I love because I was selfish and emotionally immature. I met this girl, let's call her Layla, at the start of last year, February/March. We connected intensely. Since we were working in the same place, we saw each other daily and that deepened the relationship. It's important to mention that we both came from tough breakups and we're still healing from those experiences. Although we had a rocky start, I can confidently say that I have never been so in love with another person. The trust, communication, even intimate moments were profoundly meaningful and full of love. I guess my mistake was not listening to her future plans and getting scared by them. She mentioned frequently that a family is what she desired, and I searched ways of avoiding that commitment. I was scared of giving my all to her, and being hurt afterwards. I wanted to maintain in the relationship as it was, in hindsight superficial, and thinking to myself, this is what I want. Months go by and after a couple of discussions, she told me that she can't be with someone who doesn't choose her. Who isn't invested 100% in the future of the relationship. I agree completely. I was foolish and immature thinking that only hanging out, going for dinner and parties is enough. I know the importance of each other's time and how precious it is to value it. I know I have to respect her decision. I heard her say she doesn't love me anymore. I feel sad that I had to put us through this because of my selfishness. I wish I could tell her that I too want to be married and have a family. I wish to make her happy and be for her like she needed me to be. That I understand that she may not be the only girl for me, but she is the person I would gladly share the rest of my life with. Do you think there is a way to express this feelings, or is it just too late to make amends? Comment. The thing is that usually, by the time a woman actually ends things in situations like this, her feelings have been completely eroded, she has emotionally disengaged, and there is no coming back. So true. It happens slowly over time as well, the buildup of things until we just care so much less, and then eventually we don't care whether someone is apologetic or not. Shouldn't have f'd up so many times in the first place. I am pretty confused. You are in your 30s. Your ex-GF is in her 30s. She was open that she wanted a family. You just avoided the topic. What did you think was going to happen? Yes, you are calling yourself names like selfish and immature. But I don't think you understand what they really mean. Your ex saw that you didn't care about things that matter to her. She saw that you aren't willing to have tough conversations. That you aren't honest about your thoughts and intentions. If I were her and you came back with "I want a family after all," I would be skeptical that you were just trying to win me back. Even if you meant it, I would not see you as husband or father material. Would you just check out when parenting got hard? Would you avoid tough conversations? Would you be selfish with her and the kids too? This was a big error on your part. I don't know if you can come back from it. Good for her. A lot of women might have wasted years in this situation. Men have all the time in the world, women don't. Men don't think they're doing harm in stringing women along they have no particular long-term interest in. On the plus side, at least you were honest about it so she could deal with the situation. Some would pretend they want what she wants just to keep her around, and then before she knows it she's infertile and the guy just gets together with someone else to have a family whenever he's ready. No harm done, right? LOL. If women could do this to men, it would be a crime punishable by prison time.